It's a chilly morning. We are going to quickly trim everything that we were working on yesterday and maybe clean up a little bit, go from there. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it all goes smoothly. I do need a piece of clay. Hi, little dog. Do need a piece of clay to fuse everything down. Yeah, this is literally just everything we made yesterday. We're just going to quickly trim, power through. We got about like 35% done yesterday. So we got a little bit done. And so now we just have to do the remaining bit. I forgot to bring cold water or warm water down here, so this is nice and chilly. But that doesn't really matter. We're only going to be touching that cold water for half a second. So the stream is definitely earlier than I normally go, but I just don't have a lot of time today, so we're gonna do what we can. So we've almost finished one tray of these, and I'm pretty happy with how they've come out so far. Don't really have any complaints except for the fact that I kept messing up last night when we were trying to do these. But the idea is we're going to get these done, and then we're going to just clean them up with a sponge a little bit, maybe. And I might just honestly, as much as it does help for my own mental well-being, I might just let them go and let them just have to be cleaned later. So I need some food this morning. But it's a beautiful morning today. It's going to be high 30s, which is really nice. I thought it was supposed to be in the 40s, but that's okay. Not a big deal. High 30s, I'll take. As long as it's not freezing, I'm happy, because that means that I don't have to immediately take my stuff out of here. So I don't actually have to move this work out of my studio today. I don't think it's going to get below freezing tonight even. And even if it does, it was warm enough during the day today that I might be able to get away with just having it sit in here. Ran out of firewood once again in my studio, so I went and I got some twigs, and I started a little twig fire. So it's a little chilly in here, which is why I'm wearing a coat. Little Olive has found herself a really nice sunny spot on her blanket and bed and over there. But not a bad way to start the morning. I feel like we were talking about this yesterday when we were making them. I was talking about how I kind of like a little bit of weight to be down below here. It's nice to have the walls paper thin and then have something that sits into your hand. And so I think I'm going to leave a little bit of weight just down the bottom here, just so it all kind of seats nicely on you while you're using it. And I made this new stamp, which you can't see, but it's a little bumblebee. Or, well, it looks like a little bumblebee. Annie, how are you? Appreciate that. How's your day been so far? How's the gang? How? No, he doesn't. Hates me, in fact. Heathen over here. Unbaptized heathen. What a gross thing to say on a Saturday morning. Uh, yeah, I'm excited for these. I think we're gonna have a couple good firings in a row. This should be good. We'll see how it goes. I really appreciate that. It'll definitely help the tea fund. Fascinating. I don't need that kind of smut in my channel. So, Annie, what's new? What's happening? Tell me everything. How's your day been? I guess we found what I don't that I don't mind blocking. Religious propaganda. Gross. So it's kind of nice that we are actually doing these today and not trying to crank through them last night, because I'm going to be able to get them a little bit lighter, but not like a crazy amount of lightness, you know? You do? I'm glad. 13 bucks. I just go in and he makes me look like I'm in the military. No, it's not that short. He used to cut my hair like crazy short. Um, I had to get him to stop that. I mean, like literal buzz cut. I looked like I looked not good. It was a fine look. It was something, but I can't really complain. My hair grows really fast, and he only charges me, like I said, like 13 bucks. So I don't really care what he does. My hair will be a foot long in 2 months. All right, again, and it's going to be up to here, standing straight up like it does. Going to go through the whole mad scientist phase like I do every couple months. That's cool. I love that idea. Was there anything like specific that you guys did that was super, super standoutty cool? Stand outy cool? So usually like I said, I like wet sand these and make sure they're all clean. You know, I'm gonna regret it, but I just don't want to do it today. Maybe tonight, maybe when I get back. Was there like a really cool hairstyle that you guys worked on that was like stand outish, and it was like really spectacular, and you're like, this is my thing now. It doesn't matter. It wasn't a very good question anyway. Ah, what's your current hairdo? Your current hairstyle? Oh yeah? It's not much for me. I used to have hair down to here for like a decent amount of my life. And then I got really bored of it. I used to wear a bandana all the time too. Good on you, Anthony. Very good. It's not then you don't have to do much maintenance. It's great. Or do you still have to like still do a bunch? I don't know what it's like being bald, so I don't know. Do you have to do anything exciting for it? That's cool. Is your hair braided right now? What kind of braids are we talking, by the way? Gotcha, gotcha. Why did you decide to do that, Anthony? That's cool. How long has she been doing it for? Is she going down to Nsika this year? I need like an overhead camera so you guys can actually see what I see, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that without like blocking my own view. That's awesome. It's super cool. Hmm. I figured you were saying something that wasn't bad. That's cool. What art school? Nice. Solid. I'm enjoying these. Art crawls are fun. Is that the first one, or is that a common thing? No. Oh man. All right. Well, good luck. Thanks for hanging out. Oh wait, you're oh gotcha. Maybe it'll come back to you. I taught myself how to throw in 2014, so it's been a minute. In the very end of 2014. So it's been a few years. Later, Anthony. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, good. Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, we've now done a full tray of these. We got one more tray to go. I'm hoping I can kind of get these done in the next 15 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish them all in 15 minutes, but I would like to. Um, I'd really like to go eat and stuff. Like I said, yesterday, I'm probably gonna try to get into the city today, but it's an hour drive to the train station, and then it's an hour and a half drive in to the city, and then I have to do that coming back. So it's like today's gonna be just a lot of traveling, it sounds like. So I just want to get all this done so I can just chill for a second before having to do that. Yeah. Yep. I'm in the States. Uh, an hour and a half drive from New York, or like a lot longer, but driving, especially on the weekend, I refuse. I'm not doing it. So I would rather the convenience of the train, even though it's going to take like, double the time. Yeah, I very rarely go into the city. I'm not honestly a fan of it. I lived in New York for a year, setting up a pottery studio there, and I'm okay. I don't need to do it again. But I have a friend who lives there. We're gonna go to there's this cool tea house that is way overpriced in the Upper West Side, um, that I pitched. So I think we're gonna do that, or maybe go down to Setsugaraki. I think that's the name of it, which is a matcha place that's really good, which is down in the East Village, I think. Guys, I don't really remember the names of anywhere in New York. I lived in Brooklyn, so Manhattan is kind of still a mystery to me as where things are. But I would love to, but I don't think I need to buy a better phone. Even if I have service, the streaming quality is going to be real bad. Maybe we can do a quick stream or something like that. But like I know on the train ride in, I don't have service. So I need to make sure I bring a book. And then whenever I'm in the city, I have an older iPhone, so um, it does not work super great with cellular stuff all the time. But I can certainly try. I don't think you're allowed to film. Sounds good. Work that out. I was thinking I almost bought that new iPhone 16e today. Um, and it didn't I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend 700 bucks on a phone that's like not super psyched. Everybody's super psyched on it. But I would like, so here's my other issue with the phone that I have currently is the camera, not the camera that you guys are looking at me from, but the opposing one. It doesn't work. It just does like a pink screen of death. It's hard to choose, right? Um, it does a pink screen of death, and I can't. I can't use it. So I think regardless I have to buy a phone soon because it's like how I take photos and videos of my pots when they come out of the kiln, and then I have a DSLR for taking actual studio shots. Um, but I think I just need to like bite the bullet and get a new phone. It is a business expense, so the other option is I could potentially try to get, um, like, see if it is. I think it's a. I actually don't know. I might be able to just get my lens replaced. I feel like when I looked into it, it was going to be really expensive, and it was like not comparable, but like at a certain point, I may as well have just bought a new phone. I think that was the deal. Maybe I should look into that again. Sydney, what's good? What's happening? What kind of tea you drinking this morning, Sydney? I had this really nice autumn Tiguan this morning. What? What? Ridiculous. It's 9:21 here. You haven't had your tea yet? Insanity. Oh my god. Ridiculous. Up too late last night? Partying? All that fun stuff? Cool. That's super cool. What kind of performers? That makes sense. That makes sense. That's incredibly late. I'm shocked that you were up that late. That's super cool. Do you guys still do that? Or is that a thing of the past? Oh, God. Thank you. Appreciate it. Gotcha. Fair. That's the vibe I'm getting from you, Sydney. Just like hardcore partying every Friday night. That's the vibe I get. Ah, it's chilly in here. Man, oh man. Getting a cold nose. I said it earlier, but I ran out of wood again in here. And I have a wood order. Oh man, I have to put out a tarp for my wood guy. Oh, so many things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cups left. Thumping your art? Oh, like hitting it like that? It's just to stick it to the bat. Otherwise, it won't stick to the the chuck here. Yeah, we have a lot to do this morning. A chuck is this thing that they're sitting on. It's just like a piece of clay. And that holds the pot in place theoretically. It didn't right there. It needs a little bit of pressure down. No, just this piece of clay. Hmm. I'm excited for this series. They're kind of higher than the Me I have been making over the last couple months. So I think that's going to be kind of nice. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate that. Sounds good. But I think these are going to be great. They're going to shrink 14.5%. They're going to slump a little bit in the firing. They get a little bit more wobbly and a little bit more undulated. It's going to be really nice. Okay, I need something. All right, I'm gonna just start a new board real quick. The other pieces are kind of like, my studio honestly is a bit of a mess right now, and everything's just all over the place, and it's making my life slightly more difficult, honestly. So I'm just gonna transfer some of the ones we just trimmed over to something else. So I'm gonna let these guys dry on their butts for a little bit, and tonight, after we clean them up, I'll flip them and let them dry on their heads. But that just kind of ensures a nice, oh god, nice flat bottom. Oh, yeah, that's years of practice, you know. When you first start, you definitely go through the base quite a few times, but I throw a pretty thick base. Come on, buddy. Whatever. And it means I have a lot of wiggle room to bring it down and do cool things to it. But yeah, it is definitely like when you first start trimming, people go through a lot of the time. I still do sometimes too. If I like threw something poorly and or like I don't know, I just like forgot and I thought I was doing a double walled piece, but it turns out I was doing a single walled piece. A double walled piece is the outside layer has almost no base because we're going to cut it out anyway. Um, and so if I decide to change it over and just do it as a single walled piece, um, I have gotten into trouble. Does it? I'm sure it has the steadiness aspect for sure. That seems very, very similar. I think you have to probably be a little smarter to do surgery though. I'm really liking these. I haven't seen a single one yet that I don't like. Usually when I'm doing this and we're working through these, I find a couple that I'm not into and we usually destroy them. But so far, um, I'm really I'm really enjoying all of these. I mean, there might be one that ends up being uh, not as great, but you're doing great. I don't know what you're talking about. There's like for example, like this chuck thing that I'm throwing off of. Like most people don't who make pottery don't know what that is. They've never seen that before in their life. So um, you're right there. You're right there with it's not with them, and you're not like yeah. I do a lot of weird things that aren't super common that are becoming more mainstream now, but they're not super common. Rambling's great. Perfect is so subjective. This might be one of the first ones we chuck, unless I can fix the bottom here, which I might be able to. Oh, maybe I just did. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're good. Sometimes it doesn't work out. It seems like everything's working out okay right now, though, so that's good. You know what's really cool about all this trimming stuff too is that I don't know, I'm into it. It works for me. Um, it's so cool that you can get so many different angles and do so many things with just this one tool. I know. Um, do I have to make for this? Oh man. Um, I probably need about 110 pots for my firing, and then I need um, anywhere from 20 to 50 for the soda firing, and then I need about 15 for the other wood firing. And at the moment, we have about I'd say 50 pots total, and I'm out of clay. So I don't really know how to do this. I think I just have to go drive up to Massachusetts and buy some more clay. I just really don't like driving. But if there's like a nice sunny day, maybe there's a cool place the dog and I can go hang out and go for a hike or something. Yeah, I so essentially like I need to make 100 and let's say reasonably speaking, I probably need about 160 pots for the next three firings. I was actually so yeah, I if I put my mind to it, um, I can whip stuff out really quick. The thing is, the double walled pots I can't, and so I want to be slowing down and focusing more on the double walled stuff. But we talked about this the other day. I really need to make a little bit of money, and so um, I kind of need to just make some quicker stuff that I can just fill the kiln up with. I get a pretty decent amount of sleep. Last night I didn't get crazy good sleep, but that's okay. I appreciate that. You know, a lot of it's muscle memory at this point. I'm glad that you think it's perfect. I just kind of space out. My eyes are actually like burning right now. I need I made a really smoky fire before this, or tried to make a fire, and it ended up being just a smoky mess. And so my eyes are still like burning from it. Yeah, these are. I think these are cool. They're reading. This one almost is reading Goblet. Um, yeah, I should. I don't have any eye drops. That's the thing. All I have is contact solution, and I don't really want to squirt a ton of that into my eye. I'm sure it's fine, but um, that one was the one that I didn't like because it inflected inward, and so we might, because it had that inward inflection, we might not like this thing. We might destroy it, but because it's a standout for sure as I'm looking at it. So we got, let's see, how many more we have left? Five, six. We're almost done. We're cranking through these. What time is it? We're already past the time that I wanted to be in here, but not by a crazy amount. We're 8 minutes over what I want it to be, but that's okay. So here, I'll show you. See how it comes in at the top versus this one that comes out? It's a slight difference, but I like this one more than I like this one. It's so, well, that's like a nice time of the day, honestly. I'll probably be sitting in a train back to the country at that time for me. Hmm. Oh, it's great here. I'm a big fan. Just, yeah, it's a great place. Rolly hills everywhere. Um, Quiet, not many people, so I don't have to like interact with people that often. It's lovely. Thanks, Annie. So I'm excited. This tea house that I am hoping that I'm going to today, it's stupid expensive. The prices for the tea and the versus the quality is just whatever, but that's what you get for being in New York. My tea dealer has better tea for cheaper, but I guess you're doing the experience aspect of it. It's like 30 bucks for a cup of tea there. It's crazy. Um, but it is kind of a cool experience. And I don't think she's been there. So I think it'd be cool. Plus, I don't know a lot of things in Manhattan, and that's one of the few things I actually know. So we'll see. Hopefully, it's not too busy on a Saturday. They have this thing where you can only be there for an hour as well, because they only have like 5 or 6 seats. So, but maybe they have some cool tea that I've. Uh, that's very sweet of you, Annie. I don't. Shoot, that's okay. Um, huh. Oh, you're good. It's the chuck just came loose. It happens. I actually don't hate what has happened. So I think so. I'm not super concerned. As long as I can get rid of this mark here, I think we'll be fine. And then I'm not going to be able to move that, but I just want to flatten this part. And then it'll just have that weird inflection. Yeah, cool, done. You know, it's going to have this weird mark here, but to be honest, I don't mind it. You know, I used to undulate my feet quite a bit, and so like it's just kind of like a accidental version of what I normally do. So I don't like it as much because it was an accident, but I don't dislike it so much that I would get rid of it. You know, if I fire it and I don't like it, then I just keep it, or I'll smash it, or I'll do something with it. I don't know. I might change my mind tonight about it, but as of right this second, um, can certainly do that. My name's Will, but well, I like smashing things because it gets a rise out of people. It makes a good video, especially something that's pretty. It's like we're gonna smash a double wall pot at some point in a couple days, maybe. Sure, Annie. I'm for it. And then Garden ended up deciding to call me Prince Will, and I don't exactly remember why, but there was a reason behind it. All right, 4 more. We can do this. So after this, I need to immediately go find a tarp. So, like I said, my wood dealer is sometime today or tomorrow just dropping off a cord of wood for me, but I don't know when. Um, so I need to lay out a tarp so he can drop it somewhere. Years of practice, Annie. Years of just standing here doing this exact motion over and over and over again. Trying to make sure this one doesn't jump out, but it feels like it's about to. Sure does. Makes a big difference. I'm psyched. Well, we're almost done, so it works out well. What are you up to today, Sydney? Oh yeah? What does that tool do? All right. Nice. That'll be great. What are you guys gonna do? All right, this is our last one. And then we've trimmed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. This will be our 24th. So I guess we messed up 5 last night because we had 29 to start with. Nice. They do seem like pasta. You're welcome to any of them if you want. I got tons of them, Annie. Not super tasty though. Just like sand in your mouth. I want to grow loofahs again, and outside of that, just lots of tomatoes. Besides that, they're not really. How about you? All right, that's the last one. I'm freezing in here, so I'm gonna bail out of here pretty quick. But that's our last. We made 24 of these, and I'm quite happy with all of them. Usually, this height is kind of an issue for me, but I'm really enjoying it on these cups. So maybe I won't like it later. There's some that I'm looking at that I'm like, but I'm gonna sit with them and let them dry and set up and all that kind of stuff before I make any rash decisions and end up destroying everything. Um, it's crazy. It's like apparently 30 something degrees out right now. Maybe a little warmer than that, but it feels like it's like 10. I am chilled to the bone. Nice. That'll be great. Okay, I gotta go. I'm frozen. I'm dying in here. Lovely seeing you guys. I'll be back. Probably be back doing a live stream tomorrow at some point. Probably in my afternoon, just because I have to teach in the morning. Um, okay, bye. See you guys.